And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. I'm here with actor Robert Rusler.
Yes, and I'm here with Kim Q.
I'm so excited to have you back on the show, I just
Thank
have
you.
to say.
Thank you. It's
Yes.
good to be here. You've moved up.
I have. I've been working on the show, keeping the hustle going, and
Great.
yeah, I'm
That's what
excited.
it's all about, perseverance.
Well, that is very true, I think. And also, I've got some great people that believe in the show, and You to America picked up the show, which is really great. So I'm really excited to be on that network. We're on every Saturday night now, and it's on at 9 p.m. every Saturday night on the West Coast, when it used to be on at midnight on the West Coast.
They give you a better time slot.
Better time slot, and
And you've had some great guests on the show.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
It's great to watch, the show grow. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really love doing this, and I love talking to, people like you who are in this industry, because it's just such an interesting and fun and challenging and tough, business to be in, that I think a lot of people need to understand a little bit more about.
It's funny that you say that, because a lot of times when I hear interviews, actors and or directors or creative people will talk a lot about maybe a little bit more about the external part of the business, and I think people are really interested in the internal part of the business.
Totally.
Stuff that we've already kind of brought up a couple of times, you and I talking.
Yeah.
The audition process, and what do you do in between, and
Yeah.
Work ethic, what's expected. And a lot of people ask me questions like, how do you remember all those lines? And it kind of opens up a conversation that is really that's really not the approach. And so when you've been doing it a long time, like I have, 3/4 of my life, you start to realize that the more that you can keep it simple and really focus on, like I mentioned before, execution and staying out of results, because I've just met so many actors over the years, and especially aspiring actors, and their, I guess, mindset is more toward, what am I getting, or what am I going to get?
What are my roles? Yeah.
What do people want, instead of what am I giving? What am I contributing? How am I adding? What am I bringing to the table? And with that approach, therein lies the craft of acting. The craft of acting has absolutely nothing to do with what other people think about what I'm doing. It's about how people feel about what I'm doing when I'm in it.
Right.
Right? I want to make people feel. I want to move people. I want to marry my own experiences with the facts based in the text of the script, and marry that together, and how can I bring to the story? And with that approach, comes the homework. And when some people find out about the homework, it's difficult for them to sort of commit to that, because it's not about memorizing lines at all. The lines actually come when you listen and you've done your homework, but it's about, who am I, what am I doing here, what is it that I want, where have I been, what's at stake.
Like, what's motivating the character?
Absolutely. Where am I coming from, and what am I willing to do to get what I want, or to give what I have to give, what the director wants me to give. I better pull something up that's truthful, and not act it out, but actually give myself permission to experience those feelings or those emotions.
That's really cool, because it's very important, obviously, when you're watching any show. You can totally tell the difference between, in a movie, when the person is like very good at, at expressing those emotions, or they're just acting.
Yeah, and I think
Right?
I think that's the key right there. It's the greatest actors experience those scenes instead of play the scene.
Right.
And that's why, actors like, off the top of my head, like one of my favorites, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, he's amazing.
His conviction and his commitment, it's just so inspiring in every role that he plays. I mean, everybody agrees. I don't think anybody can really say he's not so good. Everybody knows that whether you're a fan or not, if you watch his work, he'll move you. And I think it's because he experiences those scenes, and he pulls it from, the center. So that we talk about that a lot in the craft, where You get it from the heart, the gut, the chakra, the center. You pull it from your spirit. So when your mind, body, and spirit are all working together, that's when you get in like the Michael Jordan zone, when you just can't miss.
That's cool. Man, it's really, I really have a lot of appreciation for it, because it's not easy. If you throw anybody out there, I mean, there's people across the country who have no connection with Hollywood and what it's like to be an actor or whatever, and may not necessarily see how much goes into doing that. And if you just put any person into a situation, go, okay, act this role, it's quite challenging, actually. And it takes a lot to be able to do that and to actually, I think, connect with that for yourself.
Absolutely. And the thing that alleviates and allows nerves and fear and self-doubt to dissipate, because it never really disappears, it's the homework. So the more that I invest into the homework, the less I think about what it looks like, what it sounds like, how am I supposed to say it. It's always why. Why am I here? Why am I saying it? What is it that I want, right?
Yeah, totally.
And then now you got to ask the question, why do I want that? And what am I willing to do to get it? And then, in other words, without getting, too philosophical about it, it's actually the simpler approach. When you just get right down to the roots of the who, what, when, where, why, and how.
Yeah.
And it's really quite a process how the other things that can be the enemy of the performer, the actor, the artist, the singer, the musician, that those things go away when you rely on the craft.
That is wonderful. Well, okay, we have to take another quick break, but we will be right back with Robert Rusler. Hey, I'm talking with Robert Rusler. Keep watching the show by clicking here.